Hey guys, Walls here with a DGP video for the sentence that we had for our first chapter of Mice and Men. I think I did this in class, but I don't think I got a video out there for everyone. So here it is: a stilted heron labored up into the air and pounded downriver. Again, this is a great example of how Steinbeck uses active voice and action verbs and vivid language to really get a clear picture in our heads of what's going on. Anyways, love this sentence. Let's talk about the parts of speech. So, A is always an article. Wait, what is this? Is that a pencil? I don't want a pencil. There we go. A is always an article. Oh, well, yeah, we got to find our nouns first. Always find our nouns and pronouns first. So I know heron is a noun. Labored up into the air. Air is a noun. And pounded downriver. Now, I think in first block we talked about downriver being, or river being a noun, but I'm going to leave this alone real quick. Okay. A stilted heron labored up into the air and pounded downriver. I think that's it for our nouns. All right, now, verbs. Stilted is an action verb. Pounded is an action verb. And everything else in this sentence just describes stuff. So, stilted describes heron. We decided heron is a noun. That makes stilted an adjective. Up here describes labored. And if labored is an action verb and up describes labored, up has to be an adverb. It's the adverb's job to describe the verb. Into is one of those words that shows the relationship between two things in a sentence. I could be I could go into the house, over the house, through the house. That is called a preposition. The is always an article. And is a coordinating conjunction. Pounded, we said, is an action verb. In this case, downriver, I think downriver tells me more about pounded. Like, it tells me where the stilted heron went. So this is going to act as an adverb. Now, when you're doing DGP at home, you don't have to do these little arrow things. I just do them because I know you can't see me working the sentence or anything, just trying to call your attention to stuff. You just need to do the abbreviations above the words. All right, let's go to Tuesday's DGP. Parts of the sentence. Let's look for subjects and verbs. Now remember, subjects can be nouns or pronouns. They can't be in any phrases or anything like that. So I need to find a noun that's not in a phrase. Let's see what we got. A stilted heron. So heron is going to be my subject. What did the heron do? It labored and it pounded. Now we have to ask this question. The heron labored what? I don't see anything that answers the question, what did it labor or what did it pound? So these verbs are going to be intransitive. So remember, to determine if a verb is transitive or intransitive, ask the question, what? The heron labored what? So we do have adverbs and stuff, like it tells us where the heron labored, but we don't have to worry about that. Except for, we do have to worry about this. Into the air. That is a prepositional phrase. And what does that prepositional phrase tell me more about? Does it tell me about the heron? Or does it tell me where the heron labored? I'm going to argue that it is this guy. So this is an adverb, prep, phrase, and air would be my object of the preposition. Let's see here. All right, and that's it. That's it for Tuesdays. Cool. All right, Wednesday. Now let's go back to Tuesdays here. So remember, for Wednesdays, the goal is to use Tuesday's DGP to help out. On Wednesdays, I see one subject and I see two verbs, but each of these verbs is done by the heron. So that means that even though I have two verbs, and I only have one clause because I've got the one subject. So I'm going to put a bracket here and a bracket there. I don't know what that little line is doing there. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I have having that, those two brackets there, this is just a simple sentence, and it is declarative. It's just telling me where stuff is. So remember, an independent clause is a clause that completes a sentence. It is a complete sentence. It completes a thought, rather, and declarative sentences just state a fact. All right, let's move on to Thursdays. Always capitalize the first letter of the first word. Now, this is declarative, so I know I need a period there. Now, there were some questions about and. And is a coordinating conjunction, and it usually, you usually see it with a comma in front of it, right? But in this case, it doesn't separate two different clauses. It connects two verbs. It forms a compound predicate. So I do not need a comma there. So this is literally it. Capitalize A, put a period at the end, and Thursdays is good to go. All right, let's diagram it. Now, I know all my diagrams start off with the plus sign, but in this case, I know I'm going to have a subject over here, heron, but it did two things. So I need a rocket ship formation. So a heron, what did the heron do? It labored and pounded. So heron, labored, and pounded, that is the unit of meaning in this sentence. That's what I need to know. Everything else is just description, and stuff that describes goes underneath the word it describes. So I need two lines under here, and I'm going to have a and stilted, a stilted heron, labored. Where did it labor? It labored up and into the air. Remember, prepositional phrases are slanty flat lines, and the preposition goes on the slanty line, the object of the preposition goes on the flat line, and anything that modifies the object of the preposition goes underneath. All right, let's talk about pounded. Pounded downriver. So downriver here goes underneath because it tells me where the heron was going. Downriver is kind of one of those weird words where technically I think a spell check or a grammar check would tell you that it's wrong to use that as an adverb, but it's kind of one of those words that we assume is a word because it's used so frequently. All right, rock and roll, guys. There's your Monday through Friday DGP for that first sentence. Bring it with you on Monday if you haven't gotten it turned in already. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you soon.